Hello, good evening, and welcome all you wonderful, beautiful people to yet another episode of The Sacrifice, the only stream, to the best of my knowledge, using classic vampire rules for a classic vampire setting. Imperfect Regicide, how's it going? So, we're missing a couple people again tonight. Ava's not here. Xavier's pretty sick. I will let him give you the details when and if he so desires.
Just about as much as we all are.
But yeah, you can ask him all about it when he gets back. So in the meantime, we are down our Bruiser and our Neonate Toreador, but I think we'll be okay. Previously on... Oh, by the way, if you missed our announcement on our last episode of Werewolf, if you're watching this on YouTube or listening on SoundCloud, we now award bonus XP for comments. So, if there's somebody's performance that you particularly like in this episode, leave a comment down below for who you vote for and why. You have 1 week from the time the video goes up, and whoever gets the most votes gets a bonus XP from me, the storyteller, because of you beautiful people. Previously on The Sacrifice, you guys were tasked by Annabelle to sort of be a liaison for a very important diplomatic meeting that was to take place in Chicago. You retrieved these diplomats from the airport, only to find out that they were of Clan La Sombra. The La Sombra, it turns out, are looking to defect to the Camarilla. And when this was announced in Elysium last night, all hell broke loose. Vampire Society as a whole just let their beasts come out, and there was a giant kerfuffle on the 3rd floor of the Succubus Club. But there's a complication. You see, you were only able to get one of the La Sombra to the meeting point. And right now, there is a rogue Sabbat loose in Chicago that doesn't particularly like you too much. And that is where we begin again today. So, immediately, just chaos. Chaos on the 3rd floor of the Succubus Club as people press and gnash against one another. You see protean claws and flares of Tremere thaumaturgy start flaring up. How's it going, Shiny? And Daestra, how you doing? What do you do?
The responsible one is gone.
Excuse me, I'm right here.
Close the door, lock the doors so that no one leaves and say no.
Just set the floor on fire and everybody will have a different problem to focus on.
True. And I mean, what is this? It's going to be like the 14th time this place has been on fire? It's not good. And there it is.
Yep. Hey, all right, I'm working on everything to get this set up. Sometimes I forget my phone. I am allowed.
I like to imagine that this time they just made it out of completely flame retardant material.
Daestra, I understood that reference.
I did too.
Yeah.
Adam, did you get it?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I roll those chances? No.
Do you want to roll, Adam? Would that make you feel better about your life choices if I let you roll to put on the red light?
As everybody's about to freak out and basically pull claws and mangle each other, I'm gonna take the microphone or whatever she was using to speak.
Okay, so you're gonna celerity boost through the crowd to get to the stage and snatch the microphone?
Yeah, basically, we're all just kind of jump and kind of glide over the combat.
Interesting. Okay, well, what are you gonna do?
I'm like, everybody needs to calm down. Is this the Camarilla or the Sabbat we're talking about here?
Okay.
Is this a meeting of the Camarilla or the Sabbat?
Well, right now it's both. So you're going to need to give me a charisma empathy roll at a difficulty 8.
Ooh. Good thing this character has both.
Shani Miui, I will have you know that I am perfectly adequate.
And I will have you know that I failed.
So you basically start shouting into the void as just constant kerfuffle erupts. Damien leaps off of the stage once again and starts physically pushing people apart, employing heavy potence. Roxanne, Orpheus, what are you going to do? By the way, interesting note about Damien. We started running the sacrifice before we ever got like the finished PDF, because we're cool like that. And well, in my head, I still have headcanoned a lot of the character illustrations from second edition Chicago by Night. So anyway, for the past 5 years that we've been running Chicago games, I thought Damien was Hispanic. Anyway, the new art, he is very African American. So if anybody like wants to comment and go, "Hey Chaz, you're a moron," I didn't know it at the time. Mr. Demolisher, how you doing? Why doesn't Tom show his beautiful face? I can let you field that question, Tom.
Because you all cannot handle it.
There you go. There's the official CAFCON answer.
He's like that one alien actor in Futurama that has to wear a paper bag over his head.
I like Daestra's
The harem is what's important, not the pro tag.
He's just some average Japanese teenager with black hair covering his eyes.
No, an average Japanese teenager has like a 14 pack. Anyway, what?
We need to figure out how to calm the kerfuffle.
Well, I think I'm still playing chess.
Okay, so you're not even fucking there at the moment.
Well, I mean, there's a chess board, and I had a little mini chess board.
All right, Adam, are you doing anything whatsoever besides putting on the red light?
Putting it off and on. It's there's nothing really I can do though besides like just knocking people out. Like, yeah. Then I'd be initiating combat. Then I want to fight the whole people, all the people here.
Oh man, could you just use Visceratica to sink everybody's feet to the floor?
Like, you guys calm down. You're not calming down. Boop. So you guys
Just
the
start
ground.
sinking people a little bit into the floor.
I think I need one more dot for that though. I can like really go myself. Whatever last time.
Black Snow Prince, can I get a perception alertness roll, please?
Yes, you can. 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. So through the kerfuffle, you start looking around and just trying to make sense of the chaos. You see Damien as he sort of emerges from the crowd. He leaps up onto the stage and not necessarily aggressively, but forcefully, authoritatively will sort of take Sierra, I forgot her name for a second, completely blank. Sierra the La Sombra by the arm and start leading her out of sort of the third floor meeting place.
I'm going to go ahead and follow them.
Okay.
As I kind of pick up the chessboard Orpheus is using and just kind of use it to bait him along.
Excuse me.
I'm like, I don't know where the other one went, and I need help.
As you begin following, are you going to follow Damien and Sierra sort of like at a distance, or are you like right behind?
No, I'm following right behind, considering I was the one that brought her here.
Yeah, he's not going to particularly attempt to stop you. As you sort of like begin leaving the area, you can see Jackson and some of the other Ventru start triggering what you can clearly see as presence, and he's going to try to mass calm the crowd. As he does that, there's this young Crap, I want to say she's African American, but between second edition Vitez and I think this one, she's been like 3 different ethnicities. So there's this young African American woman that just looks utterly disgusted and starts pushing her way past, through you, through Damien and Sierra, and Damien just kind of like shoots her a look. And she just moves and motors down to the 2nd floor.
Daestra, we don't know if we're pronouncing Visceratica correctly. We pronounce it Entertribu, but we've heard it pronounced other ways.
Visceratica is the way Matthew Dawkins pronounces it, so I'm going to call that official.
As to Mummy, I don't know if we'll ever get to Mummy by itself, and Mage, I don't know when we get to Mage.
Eventually.
I'm going to have my hand ready at the blade just in case I need to pull it out.
Because you studied the blade.
Yes. While other people were having girlfriends and joining frats, the Black Snow Prince studied the blade.
And now that the vampires have arisen.
You dare come to me?
You dare approach me?
I'm going to say, Damien, do you know who that woman is?
Mal Davis? Yeah. She's all right.
She doesn't hold particularly strong anti-La Sombra sentiment, doesn't she? Or does she?
Well, Mal Davis is one of the Anarch leaders in town. I haven't talked to her since, the new job. I have no idea which way she's leaning.
Oh, wonderful. Sierra, we need to get you out of here. Can I think of like a very quick exit out of the building? From the few times I've been here.
Sierra just sort of kind of looks offended in your direction. I'm not leaving until I speak to the prince. I have a mission here.
I understand that, but you need to be in one piece in order for that to be accomplished. And right now, though, that kerfuffle isn't willing to listen.
All right. Damien's going to turn to you and be like, all right, look, better idea. We're going to put her down in the labyrinth for now. We're going to let Jackson handle this, and we'll go with what he says. Okay? In the labyrinth, she should be safe.
Right. Fair enough, you are the sheriff.
I didn't vote for him.
We picked him.
Who shot the sheriff?
Now that is
vouched for him.
That is worth noting that in our, because we have our own Chicago canon that taken place over 5 years, and it was very funny to see, I guess, the 3rd Chicago by Night come out and find out that we arrived at the same decision via completely different means. So so in the canonical Chicago by Night, Damien became the sheriff on his own, but we made him sheriff in our own game because.
But who's the prince?
Thornhill. Thornhill will always be the prince forever. Long shall he reign. Except he's also
Otherwise, he's just a sad guy whose club always breaks.
Yeah.
One of us should watch her down here in the labyrinth.
That's probably not me.
I'm going to suggest the Pillar Man.
I'll just hide in the walls.
Now, could I have an intelligence politics roll, please?
From?
Either Black... let's go with Black Snow Prince since it was his idea.
2 successes.
See, the labyrinth ain't like it used to be. The labyrinth is now more of a cooler of sorts for vampire guests of Chicago to have refreshment. And access to the labyrinth isn't open to just anybody.
You say.
So the labyrinth is more of a secured area of the club than it used to be in prior nights.
Okay.
You're
For the most part, you're implying that she might be fine here by herself.
I mean, Damien's not going to leave her unguarded, but yeah, he's not going to stick her. He's not going to stick a very delicate delegate in a place where she's going to get harmed. You can at least trust that much. And hey, Mr. Demolisher, we're very happy to have you. We always say this at the end, but I really mean it. You know, it's really hard to make streams sometimes. I never seem to have time for it. So we're very happy to have you here. Thanks for coming.
Also, Yusuf, you're supposed to be on stream right now, filling in for X.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay.
We were an hour late because of you.
That's on me. That's no, but for real, because Xavier told me about it, and there's literally nothing that would make me happier than being able to play with Yusuf, but it's not a good idea because we have hundreds of people that want to play with us. I get asked every day, and the only way we can be fair to everybody is to say, I'm sorry, but we don't play with viewers. Because if we break the rules for one person, we got to do it for everybody else. And I love Yusuf. He's one of our biggest supporters. We owe the guy the world, but it's just not fair to people. And it sucks to say no. You guys have no idea how much I want to play with you guys, and I want to make everybody happy, but I gotta call lawful neutral on this one.
And that's how that joke died.
Oh, so you're saying Chinese playing with everybody at once will solve the problem? So, it's getting that'll be too much. Yeah.
You'll have to go to the official CAFCON play-by-post board.
And email us at chaz.cafcon. Or chaz@cafcon.com. Or go with .biz.
That's a good idea, though. Like, have someone vote, like, for voting, yeah. Like, the top player to be playing, yeah.
So I'm going to ask Sierra if she has a cell phone, which I probably should have done when I brought her into the city.
Good
So the Camarilla doesn't smile too heavily on cell phones. You might want to be very careful what you ask her around Damien.
I don't have some quick means of communicating with her. If only we had some kind of vampire internet. Like ShrekNet or something.
ShrekNet got hacked.
I know.
The Bloodnet, maybe? Something like that?
Well, I'm basically going to have to ask her to trust us. And that I'm just going to kind of sneakily whisper to her that for whatever it's worth, I am for the Lasombra joining the Camarilla. As kind of a means of assurance in addition to our heart-to-heart we kind of had the night before.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm glad that some of you can see reason. Did you want to go with her into the basement? Damien's probably not going to say no.
No, we need the... I believe that the Camarilla needs its heartbeat right now. So I will go to the meeting upstairs to try to help calm people down.
Okay. So, once Sierra is safely stored in the labyrinth, Damien and you will sort of return to the top floor. Things are begun to settle down. The Ventrue have sort of put the kibosh on just the that was happening just a second ago. And there's a very, very lovely smooth jazz playing again as Baby Chorus is playing again, sans Damien, of course. Annabelle has activated her favorite new set piece, a chandelier that rotates and bathes the entire party in these just slashes of very beautiful, very calming colors of light.
That's called a disco ball.
Maybe to normal people, but she's a Toreador, okay? It's a chandelier that makes light. Unlike most chandeliers, which, as we all know, do not.
Passing up the joint.
It's like a fancy French disco ball. Why would you wish to remove something as beautiful as a harpy from your cities?
All right, Damien
Somebody
is going to...
needs to be sucked up, too.
Now, Roxanne, you've been here the whole time.
I'm just following orders. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm still new to this whole thing right now.
Did you want to grab Orpheus, or are you just going to leave him playing chess?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes, I'll leave.
I mean, what? Josh took my chessboard.
Oh, did he? I wasn't sure if that was a sincere thing that he did.
But
I
then
took the
Thomas still
chessboard.
playing.
I don't know if it got Orpheus to follow me or not.
Well, I mean, I would like my chessboard back. That's like my only one I have in that pocket.
Well, if you were following me, I've basically ended up back at the Elysium. So I'm assuming at this point we're all back at the Elysium.
Yeah. So, at this point, to the three of you, so, Imperfect, my current idea is I could run a game on Twitter, which is suboptimal. Jason Bullman did that with Pathfinder before. That's not my my main goal, or maybe setting up something like a Sanguinius, but for us, that might be cool. I don't know. I gotta work on it. I gotta devote some time to it. It's not something I can come up with it off the top of my head. Anyway, so Damien goes towards Jackson, and they begin whispering to each other. Now, those of you with Auspex, unless you're gonna get like creepy close, would you like to make a roll with a perception alertness?
I'll give it a go.
One
Do
die,
I,
yes.
do I only need one for Auspex?
Sure.
Cool, I have one in Auspex.
Yes. Me
I hear
too.
nothing, as I got no successes.
Would you say perception what?
Alertness.
No success.
None whatsoever.
No.
Let's see. We got one success. Yeah. The rock
Okay.
giant.
You have Auspex too?
Yeah. One dot.
Nice. Okay.
We traded disciplines, remember, when he gave basically everybody but Orpheus a gargoyle flight.
I still don't know how that works.
We know how it works.
We flap our chicken wings.
Or gracefully glide like a petal from a sakura blossom.
Yeah.
Can you not talk anymore?
Demolisher, that's kind of what Sanguinius.org was. It was this large, text-based game, but so many people could play. And I think that's probably, the smart play. So it's kind of like a text-based LARP, where everyone else is NPCs. And that way I can sort of run it and over-ST everything without having to actually log on every single fucking time. Soul741! Wow, we haven't seen you in a while. How's it going, Soul?
He's been here.
Well, you know what?
Like I
Sometimes...
was here last Wednesday.
Whatever. We still appreciate you. Okay, so Adam is the only one that hears the conversation. As sort of Jackson leans in and goes, wasn't there supposed to be two of them? Where's the other one? Damien sort of shrugs. They only brought in one. And at this point, you can see Jackson sort of clench his jaw a little bit as his eyes slide back and forth, deep in thought. We have to find the other one at all costs. Talk to Sierra, see if she can figure out where the other one went. We need to locate him now. At which point, Damien will sort of give a nod, and then he'll rush back through the crowd towards the door.
I'm going to relay the information to the Black Snow Prince.
All right.
McPrince?
Like, yo, Prince.
Hey, yo, Prince, we got something to talk about. Me a chat. Let me holler at you.
Roxanne, please. It's Black Snow Prince to you.
Interesting.
while I would like to stay here and try to quell sentiments, I think it might be more pertinent to go make sure the other one doesn't blow anything up. We should get going. As I'm going to follow Damien back down the stairs. Basically running up and down the staircase with him at this point.
I haven't made anything explode in at least 3 days.
So
Do you say that just to nobody as you're playing chess? And somebody's just like, I don't know if that's he's like, yeah, I'm proud of myself. Or like, I haven't done it in a while.
all right. So Damien is just hurriedly power walking, using about as much celerity as he possibly can before it becomes a masquerade breach. As he just hammers down the stairs and just not terribly politely pushing his way through the crowd as he gets down to the labyrinth entrance.
Is there any would-be alphas just like, hey, bro, what the fuck?
I mean,
What's your problem?
probably, but Damien, he's got significant enough presence to just be like, Dread, fuck off. What is Roxanne and Orpheus going to do at this point? You can right now. Jackson is still sort of just standing in the middle of the crowd, surveying, trying to keep everything controlled again, because we are in directly the middle of a shit show.
Well, so no one's fighting anymore. So this is no longer a ballroom blitz.
It is not a ballroom blitz. It is a white room with black curtains.
I mean,
Wait, ballroom blitz wasn't cream. Never mind, that joke went flat.
I was like, there's a reference here I'm not getting. Ballroom Blitz is by Sweet.
Yeah.
sweet cream.
The cream of the crop. No.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be my Hunter when we play Hunter on stream. I'm going to be Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh man, we're gonna have a. If that's gonna be the fucking monster match, we're gonna have a really bizarre group.
So Tom is still upstairs in the no longer a kerfuffle.
I guess.
Well, it depends whether you care to follow us with Damien, or if you noticed.
I don't think I noticed. I have 1 dawn perception.
Then it's up to you, Tom, to convince people to let the La Sombra in.
That is a poor decision. If you wish that to be, you will regret your decision.
I mean, you don't have to do that. Orpheus can do whatever he wants.
Starts blowing stuff up. I finally did it. You got that fix out of the way.
I believe I was still in the middle of a match against Kangas.
The board is gone. So we mental chess now?
I've played mental chess before.
Genghis and Orpheus are just playing on graph paper, which Genghis also happened to have on him.
What a nerd.
Roxanne, what are you going to do?
Like, Orpheus, you're gonna follow the Black Prince?
The Black Prince.
Yeah.
Damien is the
confuse a lot
sheriff.
of people.
To be fair, the Prince of Chicago is also black. It's not a...
Yeah.
He wasn't entirely incorrect.
There's also the Blackstone Prince and the yeah. Orpheus, are you alive or not? Undead?
And Why exactly would I do that?
Because friendship.
I barely know you people.
But you know us.
All of my original coterie is dead.
Okay, hang on. I'm pretty sure I would know if your biker was dead.
Yeah. Like, the boat's not blowing up anymore.
I mean, you did say you haven't blown up anything in at least 3 days.
Hmm. Well, I don't even know where he went.
Adam, what are you gonna do?
I guess I'll follow the Black Stone Prince then for now.
Okay.
Just glide over the people.
Oh, well, I guess I can follow the gargoyle. I think that's not hard to follow.
Yeah.
I mean, he is obfuscated to look fairly normal, but it's a very goofy looking normal, so he does stick out even in the club crowd.
Once again, though, Adam, which pillar man are you supposed to look like?
Want to see?
Anna.
Do you mean San Viento? No,
No.
I know. Nobody means San Viento. It's a stupid name.
Except that this because they couldn't change it to Santana. You know,
But before leaving, I leave a list of moves to checkmate with Kangaskhan's name on it.
Give me a intelligence chess roll. Since I gave you that. Since I gave
most worthless background.
To be fair, you got that background in a first edition scenario, and there was a lot of worthless backgrounds back then.
Like fashion.
Alright, you said intelligence chest.
Yes.
I'd like to see
Does
Jonathan
my
Frakes play
analytical mind specialty in intelligence count?
Sure.
Alright, then that's 5 successes.
Yeah. There's absolutely no fucking escape. Not only do you give him a list of your moves, but you also give him a list of counters for his 5 best moves himself.
Your best move right here would be this, and this is the counter to it.
Yeah, you basically, there's no way for him to win. As you finish jotting this down, follow the gargoyle out the door. The three of you make a very odd procession throughout the club. Damien goes down to the door to the labyrinth, and you see him bang on the door. There's a very gruff voice on the other side that goes, "Password or fuck off." Black Snow Prince is probably the only one close enough to hear him lean into the door and whisper, "Loadin'," as the door squeaks open. The staircase to the sub-basement leads to a large cellar of stored-away art pieces, most of which are water-damaged, along with old tables, chairs, and a bar. A small supply of liquor bottles, stacked bar chairs, staff t-shirts, and an odd number of freezers and coolers buzz in the darkness. Light sources are scarce, as most individuals roaming the lower parts of the club have no need for them. And Xavier would complain about Protean here. I feel the need to say that for him in spirit. And the floor.
He could be watching.
I think he would have said something already. And the floor looks like it has not been swept since the opening of the club. Your shoes.
That's a very easy way to test. Which is the best color in the rainbow?
Your
Not
shoes
red.
stick to the floor, where many unknown substances have been spilled. Tucked away behind the central storage room are winding and confusing corridors of chicken wire, half-molded planks, debris, and building material. Once through, there's a hidden storage room containing Sierra. She sits there, perched on an old wooden crate, not entirely looking surprised or in no distress that she's essentially been quarantined here.
I'll kind of step in front of Damien and be like, I'll speak to her. we have a bit of an understanding.
Charisma empathy, please. At a 7.
Four successes.
He sort of squints as he ponders and he's like, could I get in trouble for this? Fuck it, go ahead.
We have bonded over weeb stuff. Like, Sierra, it seems as though delegations will have a difficulty going forward without the presence of your broodmate.
She shrugs. I know just as much about you do where he is. Sadly, he decided to bail on our assignment. If I know him, which I do, he's probably at some strip club showing off his fangs. He's not really accustomed to the rules of the Camarilla, you see.
I understand that, but,
Mazzy, quick, shit on Xavier's play. See if he shows up.
How do I put this? Sierra, you said that you came here only because you have one mission, yes, and that's to present the message from your sire of the Lasombra's desire to join the Camarilla.
Sire desire.
This is true. And as you say this, she will reach into her pocket and produce an envelope. It is sealed in purple wax and stamped with the crown of the Lasombra. And in glittering gold ink, on the front of the envelope, is the word Jackson. Unfortunately, I did not get the chance to deliver this myself, if you would be so kind.
Why don't they give it to the real prince?
What's up?
Why don't they try to give it to the real prince? Hashtag not my prince.
I'll take it and put it in my kimono sleeve. I'll say, Sierra, what would you do if your... What do you call it when two kindred come from the same sire? Do they have a name for that?
Usually like brother or blood brother, sister, sibling.
Okay. What would you do if your blood brother was about to impede the very mission you were sent here to do?
I am empowered by the Amici Noctis to make whatever concessions I must, so that my clan is able to join your august sect. Is that answer concise enough for you?
It gets the point across. Damien, how many people do you have to search the strip clubs in Chicago?
Most of my people are attending to other stuff. Remember, I am kind of strapped at the moment, and what little I have to spare is trying to hold down the fort here.
I'm going to turn to my coder and be like, well, do you all have any suggestions on how we might find Sierra's blood brother?
I don't fully understand why everyone's so upset.
And they're upset because the Camarilla has killed... Or they're upset because the Sabbat were responsible for all the werewolves.
This might be a long stretch, but you can use Facebook.
Well, let's also not forget the fact that the Sabbat and the Camarilla have been warring for several hundred years, and there's a great deal of atrocities to one another heaped at each other's feet. It's kind of like North Korea wanting to become a U.S. fucking territory. It's like, what's your fucking angle? Okay, a competent North Korea that could actually pose a threat.
Sierra, how far does your brother usually go to for his excursions from whenever you're in a different city? Or are you unaware of his patterns?
I'm afraid I don't quite understand the question.
Would he go to a strip club close to the hotel, or would he purposefully try to find somewhere where he could do a lot of damage?
Don't most mortals visit several clubs when they have a night on the town?
I suppose they would. I'm assuming at no point is he going to stop by the Succubus Club. But
Can I use my chess background to figure out an optimal way to, or optimal moves he would have made through the strip clubs?
Tom, I love that idea so much. You have no idea. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow you to roll intelligence plus streetwise plus chess at a difficulty 5 because chess.
Ah! I found a use for the stupid background.
The ultimate cheese. It's all saved up for this moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Six. And does my intelligence special still count?
Yeah.
7 successes.
7 successes. Okay. Immediately, there's 2 places that sort of leap into your mind. One might be the red number 5, which
As I'm drawing this map on the fucking wall.
The red number 5 is sort of an upscale jazz joint, and it's a popular place for vampires to go to feed if they don't particularly like the atmosphere of the Succubus Club or, the sort of rundown nature of the Blue Velvet. The other place, with which your 7 successes seems a lot more likely, is the Glory Pit.
I don't like that name.
You're not going to like that place. The Glory Pit is notorious for its reportedly celebrity clientele. Supposedly, movie producers visit the ostensible bar for a little of what goes on in the back rooms. The pit remains one of Chicago's most popular brothels, rumored to cater to every fantasy imaginable. Situated in a basement of an apartment building on the west side, it is nearly invisible from the outside.
Is it run by a Nosferatu called Dorito the Hut? The Glory Pit can't be nearly as bad as the Dancing Pits.
I mean, well, we don't like to talk about the dancing, which also are not as bad as Magician's Row.
The worst of them all. What?
So does Orpheus just kind of have like a photographic memory of Chicago in his head, and it just flattens out into a chessboard in his mind?
Well, I imagine he drew just on the wall as accurately as physically possible for him, based on where we started and how long he would had to move from club to club, based on how much time we've spent everywhere. Taking into account his temperament, the most logical conclusion would be at this undesirable point of interest.
I like to imagine that.
I like that he doesn't actually know it's there. It's just this is exactly where he should be.
I also like to imagine that Orpheus actual has statistical data for how often people tend to stay at certain clubs. Nobody would stay at the red number 5 for this amount of time, so we'd have to have moved over here.
Using this transit system.
And the fact that he had 2 accomplices, not to mention the cement gravel on his coat, would have affected the wind resistance and how fast he could walk. And so as Orpheus explains that, I'm like, that's as good of a lead as any. Would you like to come with the Sierra to retrieve your compatriot?
Damien's going to interject. That might not be a good idea.
Please explain.
Well, if her brother's as intent on sabotaging this little arrangement as he seems to be, is it wise to put her delicate in harm's way?
I suppose
Would it not be wise to show everyone else the dedication?
All right, give me the charisma empathy roll.
Oh, I don't fucking got that.
I didn't say a time you gotta roll it.
Shit. Oh, wow, I have empathy. Why the fuck do I have that? Oh, right, the imitation.
It's not that you have empathy, you just figure how other people's minds work in a completely statistical, objective manner.
Wow, and I have charisma. What the fuck? All right. Div 6, I
One of
assume?
those weird dudes that everybody invites to the party because he kind of livens it up in some weird way.
It's probably going to be a 7.
Okay. That's 2 successes. Hombre.
Damien will sort of purse his lips, sort of stare to the side a bit. All right, look, I'm not thrilled with the idea, but I guess you make a point. I'm not going to stop her. Sierra looks up again and says, as I said before, I have a mission here. I'm not leaving until it is done. I would very much like you to bring that letter to the prince. If you can do that for me, then I have no qualms about helping you in whatever way I can. But I must insist that that is done first.
Damien, I'm certain I can trust you with the letter.
Sure, I'll take it.
So as I pull it out of my kimono, I'm going to kind of try to hold it up to a light a little bit and use my auspex to kind of try to look through the envelope to see what it says.
That is such a good idea. That is such a good fucking idea. All right. All right, let's do a intelligence investigation.
Ooh boy. I'm going to spend a willpower. Because the Black Snow Prince is neither perceptive nor intelligent.
What?
And what do you know? I got 2 10s.
Okay. So you kind of have to the letter's folded, and you kind of have to mentally puzzle it a little bit to figure out what goes where.
Do you know how many kanjis he's memorized?
Fair point.
4.
Hey, he actually speaks Japanese and can read it.
To be fair, a lot of Japanese don't know a lot of kanji.
Yeah.
He knows enough kanji to the point where he publishes his own manga in Japanese at least. So maybe probably not the highest level of grammar.
The letter says, Dearest Prince Jackson, of our ancient enemy the Camarilla, I write with full authority from the inner council of my clan, and hereby extend the offer of peace and friendship between Clan La Sombra and the Camarilla. It is our wish to call an armistice and join your flock to best survive the nights to come. I'm aware this letter will come as a surprise, and you may ask why we did not approach your justa cause. It is the belief of our clan council that the Camarilla is governed by its respected princes, such as yourself, and ultimately it is to you and your peers to decide whether you wish for us at your side or as opposition. This is a sincere offer. My delegates have authority to make deals on behalf of the clan, though please defer to Miss Van Buris for matters of politics and Mr. Malenkov for matters of war. I hope to be a formally admitted guest to your domain in the years to come, without fear of reprisals from your mighty sheriff, and without you having to be concerned that we act against you. With great respect, Sir Tally, Legate and Templar for Clan La Sombra, child of Lord Leopold Valdemar, grandchild of Tercio Bravo, great-grandchild of Bokefos.
Oh my god.
And all the way back to La Sombra himself.
That's actually a fairly common thing in the more hoity-toity clans, so Ventru do that shit all the time.
Why does Valdemar sound familiar?
These are canon characters. You've probably heard of them somewhere along the line.
Okay. As I hand the letter to Damien, I'm like, I'm certain the prince will mostly like what he sees there. Perhaps not the tone.
You're
right.
low on toner.
All right. At which point, Damien's gonna book ass full celerity through the labyrinth.
No one's going to impede his progress, Sierra. That letter will be delivered immediately.
That's fantastic. But I'm not leaving until I speak to the prince.
Very well, then.
Unfortunately,
To the
my
Stanky Club.
analytical...
What were you about to say, Orpheus?
Well, I mean... I don't... How much longer would... What's his name be at the glory pit? I almost said the other glory word.
The glory hole?
With your 7 successes, you've probably got a little while.
Oh, okay.
You know he's on his way there, so we have time to intersect him.
He's currently leaving red number 5, taking into account the 3.7 traffic lights he has to go through, the 1 stop sign, the 2 yields.
Roundabout.
And the really shitty Uber driver he's hired.
He's got an average rating of 2.5 stars.
Ugh. I don't know how kind people in Chicago are to their Uber drivers.
Apparently,
rating them.
dude, this is one of the coolest things. Matthew Dawkins hired a Chicago Lyft driver to consult on this book.
That's funny.
I don't know if he actually did any writing. I don't remember, but yeah, there was an actual Chicago Lyft driver working on this that runs the graveyard shift, so he gets all the weirdos.
Well, should we fly there or should we take a vehicle?
Orpheus can't fly.
It's true.
Is it a jetpack that we can't see? He's up his head at all times.
Well, I'm sure Annabelle came here in a limo. Let's just commandeer hers.
I mean, I have my motorcycle.
Then you know I drive from the side car. We can carry you too.
Well, I'm ready to go there. However, we're getting there.
All right, so you're agreed. The 3 of you are going to head to the glory pit.
Yes.
Yes.
And what's her name will be no help whatsoever.
She will, if you wait for her to talk to the prince. But if you want to head out before then that's your option. Now, another thing to consider is, Josh, you're the Harpy. You've got a political position in the city. You might want to be there for the delegation.
I do wish to be there for the delegation. However, I'm afraid this man's going to set something on fire and ruin the delegations. And our Truha's not here to split the party between combat and talking people.
Which one am I?
The mind bomb person. Unless you two wish to go by yourselves to try to bring that man back.
I'll just force him back.
Can I trust the pillar man and the crazy person?
Probably not.
Are you two willing to let me stay here to help with the delegations?
We're willing to. We're willing to, but
I will say this. How much of a beat stick is Roxanne?
I have like 6 brawl. And well, only 3 melee, but strength 3.
Okay.
I'm not decent. I'm pretty decent.
Like I will say this: Malenkov's not a pushover. You want somebody that can throw a punch going.
I threw a flying kick. Let's see.
I mean, yeah, he's got 6 brawl. If you're confident, Adam.
I don't know. Let's see. They don't have heavy hands.
Well, I'd like to point out, while Orpheus may not be a fighter, he has other means of not disengaging, fucking people up.
Yeah.
I could fuck his mind. I could also assume his greatest fear.
I trust the two of them to figure something out. So I will suggest to them that they try to go retrieve the crazy one while I try to help smooth things over here. And then you both can go in the motorcycle.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, I guess for the sake of progress, yes.
Okay. So, Roxanne jumps in the sidecar, Orpheus straddles the bike, and you guys zoom out of the succubus club.
Put on your helmet.
Doesn't fit on my horse, though.
Well, it looks like I'm not moving until you put on your helmet.
I'll put on the one horn. Put on a horn.
A few minutes after Roxanne and Orpheus leave, Damien will reappear again. Jackson wants to speak with her. You coming?
I suppose I shall.
All right. Damien's not going to lead you all the way back up to the third floor. You actually find Jackson sort of reclining nonchalantly in one of the private booths on the second floor, overlooking the main dance floor of the club.
Does he still have the dope dollar sign on the side of his head?
He doesn't. The new Jackson, I think, looks way better. He just got the shaved head.
Not my prince.
Does that mean he has to shave it every morning when he wakes up?
I imagine that's what happens. Otherwise, he spends a willpower or something. Do you want him to still have the dollar sign shaved into his head? Because that is beyond 90s.
I kind of want to, just for the sake of embarrassing him in conversation. Just catch him while he's shaving it back off again.
This was such a stupid decision.
Why did they have to embrace me when I had my hair like this?
Why did I have to get embraced in the 90s? All right, so he'll...
Could have been worse. Could have had the flat top.
He did, basically. Fucking...
Well, he could have had, the freaking Eraserhead one.
Oh.
The bull cop.
The movie Eraserhead?
Oh, I wish. I'm thinking of the friend from Hey Arnold.
Gerald?
There we go.
No.
He could have had the Gerald.
All right. As you approach the booth, Jackson is going to sort of wave a hand for both of you to sit, along with Damien. So, Mr. Black Snow Prince, I hear that you're in favor of having La Sombra join the Camarilla.
Yes, I do. Or yes, I am.
I'm interested in hearing why.
Well, it's simple. As I think back to so many of the manga that I've read, basically what I...
You were talking to the Prince of the City. Continue.
No, I know that. But basically in the Black Snow Prince's head, he's like, this is the point in the manga where the bad guy becomes the best friend. As I'm trying to be like, you can't tell him like that. As he's trying to find a good way to say they're basically the Piccolo or the Vegeta.
No, I want to hear this.
Well, to me, it's simple. There's so much knowledge and resources that the La Sombra have that for centuries, almost 1,000 years at this point, that knowledge of the Sabbat has gone outside of the hands of the Camarilla. And to have that in our possession would be a great boon
Be that as it may, you'll have to excuse me if I'm skeptical. The Camarilla and the Sabbat have been enemies for a very long time, and especially here in Chicago. I don't think you were around for the werewolves. Nasty time. Lost a lot of my clan those nights. So tell me, girl, why do you want to join the Camarilla? Sierra nods. Many reasons, I suppose. Most are above my pay grade. At its simplest, our current sect has devolved, and we have ever been a clan of survivors. We always survive, and we always strive to win. The Sabbat offers neither of these things. We have pride and history, but it's not as important as surviving. Besides, I truly believe we can acclimate to our new friends if we are given the chance, and perhaps we can actually be of use to the Camarilla and even strengthen it. The Camarilla already has the Ventru. Exactly what do you think you can offer us? At this point, she doesn't quite seem to trip over her own words, but she's very clearly navigating a very treacherous maze at this point. Does the Black Snow Prince attempt to interject at all?
Yes, he will.
What does he say?
Look, I may only be a relative newcomer to kindred society, despite my current position. However, we're playing a game of centuries here. Centuries in which we do not know how things will unfold. But this is one of those moments where we have a choice whether we wish to be on the top or to be on the path towards the bottom. To be on the path of the sire who gets diablerized by his child. Or to be the one who makes the creative decision that perhaps some of the elders that have been disappearing recently would be unable to make. I'm not saying we ignore the past 1,000 years of history, but kindred society goes back further than that. And as to what the Lasombra offer that the Ventru don't, perhaps the Lasombra aren't coming in quite the same position of leadership, I put in quotations, but there's a spiritual aspect to them that is missing in the Camarilla. And knowledge of disciplines and many things that the Camarilla have lost.
Jackson's head sort of dips as your words have definitely not fallen on deaf ears, but he's an experienced negotiator and takes a little bit more than that to sway him. Realizing this, Sierra will sort of raise her hands. With respects to both of your presences, let's cut to the chase, shall we? Our clan has resolved to take whatever steps the Camarilla deem necessary. So, she turns to the prince. What would it take? Just name the price for admitting the Magisters as a recognized Camarilla clan in your city, and I'll have it done. At this, Jackson bursts out laughing, a deep, hearty belly laugh that almost silences the booming sound equipment around you. I don't know, girl. How about all you just bring all of your Sabbat elders to us with stakes through their hearts? Sierra pauses for a second.
Okay.
It will be done. And there's a look of surprise that comes across his face. I will arrange for an obligation on all Lasombra who want recognition and peaceful passage through your city. They must each deliver a vampire older than themselves to a place of your choosing for whatever fate you deem appropriate. She bites into her palm and extends her hand, Vitae freshly risen to the surface, in Prince Jackson's direction. Jackson, stunned, does not take her hand. Sierra continues speaking. We understand that in order to reform to an entire new way of existence, we cannot reform some of our more egregious kin. It will jeopardize the security of the Camarilla to try. Younger Lasombra will have a better chance of getting used to the new ways. By your order, I will inform the Amici Noctis of the decision. Jackson turns to face her again. He clasps Van Buris's hand with a stern expression on his face. You've got a deal, but it's only good for as long as I remain in power, you understand? And as much as I'd like to think otherwise, my influence only extends to Chicago, maybe the Midwest. Membership in our club is determined on an individual basis. Every young vampire managing to provably restrain or kill an older one picks up a membership. If you want your whole clan in, you'll need to persuade the whole city. For that, I'll arrange something a little uncommon for our kind. Tomorrow night, I'll lay out your proposal and let the city decide with a democratic vote. Without it, my word might as well be worth spit. Oh, and you can start by setting an example for your fellow clan members and bring Malenkov with a stake through him to the vote tomorrow. A keeper war criminal like him would make a fine first sacrifice. To show you're willing, you know? At which point, Sierra will nod and turn to you.
Because I'm like, there's some Mad Uchiha vibes going on over here, and I like it. I'm like, well, I do believe we have a coterie to catch up to then. Sierra, if you'd like to follow me.
I'm as good as my word. Jackson, as he rises from the booth, keep this conversation in confidence. If Sierra's as good as her word and you bring me Malenkov, I might be able to establish a Lasombra-specific blood hunt. Let the Lasombra hunt other Lasombra to gain entry to the sect. If I don't have this political peace, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder, you understand?
I understand.
He'll knock on the table tomorrow night. Get Malenkov, contact Damien, he'll get a hold of me. I'll tell you what to do from there.
Shall be done, my prince, I say as I kind of bow and glide out of the room.
All right. So, you guys are going to head for the glory pit after your coterie, right?
Yep.
Okay.
We're still in the parking lot trying to put our helmet on.
Just Orpheus like, put the helmet on. Put the helmet on.
I can wait.
Is that actually what you wanted to say happens? I'll allow it.
That's what I would want to see, but I don't know. It'd be great, yeah.
It's up to Orpheus. Did you take off immediately? I can't imagine Orpheus is the type of... Well, actually, Orpheus is OCD. He might have refused to move until Roxanne put the helmet on.
Well, now you just justified it.
Okay. You walk into the parking lot, and Orpheus and Roxanne are still sitting there behind like a line of 3 valet parking lots as Roxanne is struggling to fit the helmet around what appears to be thin air.
I'm just like, you all were supposed to go ahead of us.
Well, unfortunately, our compatriot refused to wear a helmet.
Dear God, this is what my clan's fate is in the hands of.
Did she put the helmet on?
Safety is no joke.
She'll sort of like with potence, like fix it around your head and it cracks slightly. I suppose it's bad form to offer one last prayer to Cain, yes?
You can pray to whoever you want. As I like, let's just get in my limo and get out of here.
Okay. So, do you, Orpheus, do you still want to take your bike, or are you going to take Annabelle's limo?
I'll take the bike.
Okay.
I like my bike.
Roxanne, who are you riding with?
Oh, you have the helmet on?
That'd be fun if you didn't, right?
Does that give him 1 soaking dice of armor?
I will allow it.
Nice.
See, aren't you happy you wore the fucking helmet?
But only against called shots to the head.
All right. About maybe 15 minutes pass as your respective vehicles roll into a more seedy or rundown section of the city. Now, Orpheus, again, you know that it's situated in an apartment building on the west side, but you don't know which one. So, I would like a Charisma Streetwise roll. And this one's going to be... We'll call this one an 8.
From all of us, or just Orpheus?
You know what? You can roll it. Why not?
Oof.
No dice.
That's a no-go, Ghost Rider.
Adam, do you know where the brothel is?
I don't even know that cult exists. I just figured this is where he would be. Just the geographical location.
Pull out my fancy new phone. No, let me see. Streetwise, it would be an intelligence Streetwise to find it. And yeah.
Charisma Streetwise. Hey, Drax. Actually, why don't you guys go ahead and give the recap, because I think I'm a little too jumbled trying to keep everything together.
Well, everybody was fighting in Elysium. And
Adam wouldn't wear his helmet, and that's where we are.
And the Lasombra now have to kill each other to join the Chicago Camarilla.
You got 2 successes.
You got 2 successes. Roxanne knows where the weird brothel is.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, that's your excuse.
Yes.
Is it one of the first places you tried hiding when you got here?
Like, what are they doing? That's how you make vampires?
Adam, you were a fucking person before then.
But I think
you know what sex is.
You don't know that.
So it was like 2 different people, though, weren't I? Or something to that effect.
No, you were a person who got turned into a vampire, and then you were a vampire who got turned into a gargoyle.
Yeah, that one makes sense now.
God damn it.
That's how I was made.
Hey, I'm a vampire?
Nani?
Yeah.
No, fucking Black Nose Prince had that back, or that flaw.
Yeah, that's my thing. Don't try to steal it from me.
All right. So Adam eventually leads you through a couple of back alleys, where a small neon sign in the narrow basement window pulsates with a red message that says, "Come in and play." But there are no other indicators that a brothel hides behind the steel door. As you push your way in, you find yourselves in a small bar fronting a gambling den, which is easily accessed despite its illegality in the state.
About as subtle as, hey, you like sex? Come in here.
As you move through the door, a man, mid-30s, wearing acid-wash jeans and sporting a soul patch, walks up to you. He's wearing this sort of glazed expression on his face and has sort of a dopey smile. Hey, how's it going? What's your drink? What's your game?
I pull out my chessboard.
He was created by Tremere Antitribu.
I believe it's pronounced anti-tribu.
I've only heard one person say that, and I'm not going to say he's wrong because it's a made-up word. I just don't like that pronunciation.
Well, Orpheus is pulling out his chessboard. Now this person has to play with him.
You think you're the weirdo in this situation?
That's cool, man. That's cool. I don't play myself, but maybe you'll find someone else here ready to wager. Usually casino games here. That's like our thing.
Well, clearly you don't know about the underground Polish chess gambling scene.
Is that what you tell them?
A lot of money. No. I
Is
don't say
there a
that.
game of Russian roulette being played in the backest of back rooms, like in their basement? Probably by some Asian immigrants.
Do you say something like that, or you're like, "Where's the Russian roulette?"
No.
or just like, if I cannot play chess, where's Russian roulette?
So there's gambling here.
I want that background.
Where are the dangerous games being played? I'll say.
How dangerous?
Life-threatening.
Hey, we run a respectable establishment here, and we take care of our employees. If you're looking for something like that, you might have to go somewhere else.
No, not that. More of a customer-to-customer kind of thing.
Oh, okay, so like role play.
Sure.
All right. Through the back door downstairs.
Well, let's hope this is where he is. As I make my way down.
I guess
Beyond-
I'll follow him.
Adam?
I'm gonna when I go through the door. I'm gonna it's called obfuscate, so you can't see me coming.
Okay.
The pun not intentional.
So here's the
What?
problem.
Pun not intentional.
You can't
What?
obfuscate. You can't obfuscate when they can't see him coming. He's in a brothel. Haha.
Oh.
You can't obfuscate
Fair play.
when people are looking at you. So how do you want to kind of like duck out of sight?
Like, that's what I said. Whenever we go through the door
Okay, gotcha.
to the back room, yeah.
You're activating your wind mode.
Which level of obfuscate are you using?
I have up to 3. Wait, yeah, up to 3. I don't know
Okay.
what's.
I tell you what, you're good for now. I might make you roll it later.
Okay, I'm good.
Beyond the gambling room, where a mixture of civilians sit, one of them recognizable as a local news anchor, playing cards, is the brothel's front room. It contains a small bar with a few customers, one in a bathrobe, and two struggling to squeeze out of their BDSM leather clothing. They look panicked, and they're like whispering to one another.
I'm just gonna kind of lean in and is it 2 men or 2 women, or what are we talking about?
You know what? I'm egalitarian.
You
What do you
can't
want
tell.
it to be?
Oh, I'm sorry, you cut off, Jazz.
I said, you know what? I'm egalitarian. What do you want it to be?
It doesn't
You
matter.
can't tell.
That's possible, too, if they got the full GIMP mask going on.
I will go to the nondescript GIMP people.
Okay.
And like that, dangerous customer.
They sort of look at you like, wide-eyed, dude, there's some extreme shit going on down there, and if they don't stop screaming, somebody's going to call the cops.
Why don't I go try to settle it? I say kind of cheekily to them as I kind of beckon my coterie, trying to play along with the whole scenario. For once, the man in the kimono doesn't stand out too much.
I'm not the weirdo. All right. The brothel consists of 2 adjacent hallways, with one large room at each end. The VIP lounge is isolated from the other rooms, and a soundproof door keeps out most questionable noise, though clearly not enough tonight.
That's true. You have a man in a kimono, a man in a lab coat, and another man with a crop top.
Now, which one's which? It will surprise you.
What do you do?
Nut.
I'll try to calm the screaming people. Sierra, I don't know if you wish to go straight to attacking or not, but I'll try to get rid of the looky-loos.
Straight into attack mode.
She holds herself rigidly composed. She's ready for just about anything, but she's kind of not leading the charge on this one because she doesn't know how you want to handle it. So, stepping on the toes of this mission could be really bad politically.
I'll tell my coterie then I'm going to try to get the mortals calm and out of here while we deal with Makarov, right?
Malenkov.
Malenkov.
Makarov, he killed Soap!
So I'm basically going to be the one to open the door and activate Presence 2, or Presence 1, and try to calm everybody down when I step in.
Okay, as you step in, all eyes just go to you. Now, you're not in the VIP room yet. You're still in, like, the brothel antechamber.
Yeah, well, I'm planning on activating it once I get to where the obvious screaming is coming from.
They would direct you to the VIP room.
Yeah, so I'm going to the VIP room.
All right, when you try to open the door, it's locked, like really heavily locked. Like it might be barred from the other side or something.
Who here has potence?
I do.
Sierra does.
I'm like
Hero?
Roxanne. I'm afraid we're barred entry from here. If you wouldn't mind taking care of that, or unless you just want to visceraticate your hand to the other side and open it.
Can I do that? I don't know if it's
I'm pretty sure the door's metal. You can only visceratica through stone.
yeah, if it's stone and something.
He's not like a fucking wraith where he just like tangible reality is an option.
Well, you can open the door, Adam.
Yeah, I'll break down the door.
Okay, I'm gonna ask for strength athletics, difficulty 8.
You got it, Adam.
Is it? That's pretty cool. I've never looked at LARP Visceratica. I'm assuming you play the BNS version, right?
If I go to another vampire LARP, that's what I want to see. I want to see somebody in full-blown gargoyle costume.
You know what? We'd probably have to go to like MezCon or something to see that. Like the really hardcore fucking LARPs. The Gen Con recruitment games are not going to get that. But like MezCon or one of the blockbusters, fucking what's the one they did in Kyosh Castle? Fucking Convention of Thorns. Convention of Thorns had some amazing costuming.
And I got 3 successes, chance.
3 successes. I'd love to hit MezCon. That'd be amazing. All right. So basically, you press down on the door, and just boom! It gives with this loud cracking noise as a bar from behind is literally just ripped out of the wall as you push the thing open. And as you do so, bam! The smell of blood just hits you full fucking force like a tidal wave. How's everybody's blood points right now?
Not great.
4.
Where's the? I'm at blood pool.
Yeah.
I'm at 11 now.
Okay, Roxanne is good. Right now, I need the Black Snow Prince and Orpheus to give me a self-control at a difficulty 8.
I had that. Wait, was this the time where I want to get less successes or something?
No, that's in Werewolf. In Werewolf, you want to get less successes to Frenzy on your rage roll. In Vampire, you want more successes to not go apeshit.
I got 1 success.
I'll spend my willpower if I can do that.
You can.
Okay.
Did you roll?
Not yet.
Okay.
I was gonna say we get recognized a little bit at Gen Con, but if we were to go to MESCON, I'd like to hope people would see us and be like, "It's those fucking idiots." Don't let them in.
I don't know how many LARPers we actually have in the audience. Like, I don't think LARPers watch a lot of, like, I mean, obviously, we have a couple in the audience right now, yeah, but I'm not sure how many LARPers watch, like, tabletop streams. Now, one thing I would love to do, and I want to try so much to stream a vampire LARP. Maybe not like a big one, but get like 10 people in a room, set up a static camera, and maybe another one for like off scene. We could be the first people to do it. I want to try it so bad. All right, Orpheus, how'd your roll go?
I got 3 successes, including the willpower.
Okay, so the way it works is it's a total of 5 successes to stave off Frenzy, and you basically keep rolling until you hit those 5. Black Snow Prince is good for 1 turn. Orpheus, you're good for 3 turns, but instantly, Black Snow Prince, you feel the beast like hulk up on you. You feel it almost ensconce you in a bear hug. Your fangs, you have to fight to keep them from popping out, and you haven't realized just how fucking starving you actually are. The paper lamp in the ceiling of the VIP room sends a beam of light through its bloodied cover, giving the room a spotted red look, while candles glow on shelves around the chamber. What do you do?
I'm assuming we see what's happening.
If you want to enter the room, then sure. But I'm assuming you haven't entered yet.
Well, I'm activating presence and entering.
Okay. You're going to activate presence, enter the VIP room. Roxanne, you're still obfuscated, right?
Yep.
Actually, no, you're not. You blew down the door.
But they didn't see who did it, though. The door just busted open mysteriously, and then
Go, door mysteriously. Fucking go fuck yourself, Adam.
They still can't see me, though, or can they? How's that?
Interacting with stuff like that breaks obfuscate.
When I walk through the door, I got 3 successes on my presence 1 roll.
Okay. Orpheus, what are you going to do?
I'm going to read what my demontation things I can do.
Okay, so
Oh, man.
I'm assuming you're just going to delay for a little bit?
Yeah.
Make the whole club go insane.
I don't have that many dots of demontation.
You mean more insane, Josh?
How much experience do you have, Tom?
I have 30.
You can get there, Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have 31 due to the comments.
You're like a demontation 4, aren't you?
3.
3? You could get to 4. Spend it right now. Make the whole club go mad.
No, I need 4 more experience to get the next 2 dots.
All right. Malenkov sits on a large bed behind a pile of meat that might have once been 5 kine. His 2 ghouls langoriously standing to the side of the room sharing a joint. His beard sticks to his neck and his chest with congealed blood, and his nude upper body is covered from navel to neck in thick red fluid. Bits of bone, skin, and hair cover the entire room. With a satisfied smile, Malenkov rises from his seated position, stretches, and places his hand on his hips. You invite Sabat into your domain. He gestures at the gore. This is what you get. And this is just the start. Just 1 room. Imagine this entire city. Still, don't be shy. I bet the hunt for me made you peckish. Malenkov cocks his head at the corpses on the floor. And I need another...
There's no real hunt. You figure this is where you would be.
Are you stepping into the room at this point?
No, not first. No, that's Roxanne's thing.
Well, Black Snow Prince went first. I do need another self-control roll from you, Black Snow Prince.
Oh boy. What's a diff 8 on this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I got one more success.
Okay, you can hold it off for one more turn, but that beast is howling.
Kill them and blame the anarchs. I'll go ahead and say, well, you see, here's the thing. We're not inviting the Sabbat into the city, we're inviting the La Sombra.
He'll gesture at Sierra. No Camarilla cowards are getting the better of me. And you, little betrayer, I will never give you the satisfaction of killing me to earn your place as a Camarilla underdog.
How do you know that?
Assumptions. He's not going anywhere without a fight. All right, at this point, I need initiative rolls from everybody. Oh, this is
I got an 11.
This is going to be fun. I have to figure out how to, on the fly, translate this guy. He's only 8th gen, so it's not terribly difficult.
I got a 16.
Give me 1 second.
I can use haunting if someone's bothering me. And I've used passion quite a few in the past.
Which one was the one you used on my character?
What did I do?
Made him really depressed and unable to do anything.
That was probably passion. Oh yeah, that was definitely passion. No, that's just numbing of a specific emotion.
All right. Black Snow Prince, how'd you do?
I got a 16.
Orpheus?
11.
Roxanne?
11 also.
Okay. And I guess I also have to roll for Sierra. So the first ones that sort of leap up are going to be Malenkov's ghouls. And they're going to come at you basically like brass knuckles.
Fools. Bringing a brass knuckle to a katana fight.
Ooh, this guy actually does not too terrible. So he takes a swing and gets 5 successes. If you'd like to abort your action to dodge.
I can get a dexterity. I can get celerity actions instead, right?
Sure.
Parry.
But you have to spend blood on 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
Parry.
Yeah, I'll parry.
Yay!
Okay. Dex
So how does
melee.
that work?
Dex melee,
melee?
you got to beat his successes.
You got 5, right?
Yeah.
He's not gonna like this.
I don't see how I as a chaos is very useful right now. Could be wrong.
9 successes.
9. Good God. Okay. So, yeah, he basically comes towards you with a punch. You whip out the katana, slice through his arm, and probably most of his body. So, roll damage.
I like the idea that we keep just like shocking this guy.
Just like, oh my god.
These fucking weirdos are. What are they up? How are they doing this? This fucking living embodiment of fucking an anarchist is just like, what the fuck? It's just stereotypes, and then no stereotypes allowed.
7 damage.
7 damage. Do you want to kill him or just incapacitate him?
How badly can I incapacitate him?
You're taking off his hand, so with 7 damage, he's probably just going to curl up in a fetal position and shock for the rest of the fight.
Bleeding out?
Yeah, I'll just completely incapacitate him. I'll if I can, I'll just cut off both hands.
Okay.
You're gonna disarm him?
Yeah, disarm him. I'm sorry, Chaz, I used the wrong maneuver.
All right, so basically what happens is he comes up, he lunges out, and you swipe the sword across and take off both arms at the elbow, and he just wide-eyed, staring at these gushing stumps as he collapses to the ground.
That's incorrect. What happened is he charges at him.
And his arms
Black
just
Spirits
fall off.
makes a pose, and then fucking silhouettes with red backgrounds, they pass each other.
Yeah, and then you see the
then
hands fly.
whatever the fuck his name's, blood spews from his body, and he just collapses. And then Black Nose Prince sheathes the katana.
And then the hands fall off.
The other one got 4 successes to come in with the jab. Did you want a celerity actions?
No, I'll take this one.
Okay.
Which one did you just destroy?
The first one. There's only 2 of them.
Which
But the vampire is still here.
Oh.
He punches you directly in the face, and okay, you're a shonen protagonist, so no, he goes to punch you, and it just kind of grazes your cheek, and it seeps vitae a little bit. All right, you're up next.
Black Snow Prince?
Yes.
I just used my action to parry, though.
Fuck, I was hoping I had more time before I had to frantically search for Sierra stats.
As the guy kind of grazes me, I point at the other one. I'm like, that's you next.
Ooh, okay. How about, in that case, a manipulation intimidation?
Oh boy. That's one of my specialties. That is 4 successes. And I also have presence activated. Presence 1.
That's really good. Is that enough to waylay his like drug-fueled dependency on Malenkov? What you've probably done is probably just like jostled him for a good turn. Let's see. Where is Clan La Sombra? Sierra Van Buren, page 126.
All hail the PDF.
Well, I mean, it's great until it has to sit there and load.
Just put a solid state drive in your tablet.
Ah,
fucking big brain play right there.
oh, that is unfortunate. She is not a great combat character.
She was the diplomat one.
Can I trade?
Do you really want the man that tried to tear down your pillow fort?
No, I mean just for this combat.
No.
Wow, she can't even do Arms of the Abyss, son of a bitch.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Okay. I know what she is going to do. She's going to go up to the ghoul, stare him right in the face, and sit.
They're going to do the classic one, the masturbate. That'd be appropriate in this place.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah, 5 successes with 3 10s. He just plants his ass down on the ground like a friggin' dog. All right. Let's see. I believe next was Orpheus.
Oh, me and Tom have the same room.
Okay, then what's your mods?
8.
6.
Okay,
Tom.
yeah. Orpheus is next.
Well, so 2 of them are incapacitated. The last one is the
vampire.
The vampire.
Pull out your chessboard, Tom. He and I are going to fight.
I challenge you to a duel.
Shadow Realm rules.
Oh man, I can't wait to play that mummy.
You cannot deny my challenge.
Well, I do want to try to passion him by blunting his emotions. Yeah.
You might not be able to do that if he's of a higher generation or a lower generation than you.
Why does it say that?
Just most mind affecting stuff like dominate and presence don't work that way.
Too bad this is dementation.
You know, the crazy one. Well, then that kind of neuters whatever I can do. I can defend myself, and that's about it.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a. We'll give it a roll. We'll let the dice decide. So what is it you would actually like to do?
Fuck. I don't know. I could give him fucking haunting visions at night. But, you know, that's usually when he's alone. And I don't think he's going to make it that far if we survive.
I kind of feel like this guy would be, like when Batman gets hit by Scarecrow gas and he sees Jason Todd get beaten up and it just makes him angrier.
I mean, you can still passion him, right? It's just more difficult if he's of a lower generation than you.
Apparently. Or apparently just outright doesn't work.
Like, I know you can't dominate or presence a lower generation in V20, but dominate or dementation might work, even though canonically it's like a branch of dementation. Never mind, you know what I'm talking about.
All right, well then I'll just pass to Roxanne.
Well, I'm asking, what do you want to do? I'll give you a roll. I'll let the dice decide.
I want to pass to Roxanne.
So you're not going to try any powers on him?
Nope.
Okay. Roxanne, what do you
play by the rules, except for the one home rule we have.
So you gonna come with us, or rather force you with us?
Oh, to answer your question, what's your name and a riddle? Auspex, dementation, obfuscate.
You're not going to be able to intimidate him, dude. It's time to throw down.
Oh man, fucking Bayek was fun.
Rip off his beard. Oh, do it, Adam. Grab his beard and just...
Would Bayek be able to intimidate him?
Byrick, this guy wouldn't get a turn if it was Byrick. Byrick one-shot fucking Joaquin in LA by Night. This guy's not Joaquin.
I don't remember who that was.
Byrick doesn't remember a lot of people he's killed.
To you, it was the day that changed your life, but to me, it was a
Tuesday. It's not from Barbarian, is it?
What?
Where's that quote from?
That's from Street Fighter the movie.
Oh, okay.
Or Street Fighter the game,
one,
the movie.
The one with Raul Julia?
Yeah. That was his line.
Yeah, I remember now. It's just because what's his name? Darth Vader says something similar in Conan the Barbarian.
Darth Vader.
I can't remember the actor's name for my life.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
James Earl Jones.
Where is this?
Yeah.
I know Disney bought everything, but come on. When did I miss this?
I mean, it's not impossible. Both the comics are owned by Marvel.
Yeah.
I thought Conan was free license.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. Some of Howard's stories are in the
are.
public domain, but like 7 of them.
If it wasn't for Disney they'd all be in the public domain by now.
Thanks, Disney.
All right, Adam, do one of your cool things.
Can I like fly at him and then just tackle him? Punch him?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Like, yeah.
Is it muda muda or ora ora?
It's
Yes,
both.
Regicide, by the way, I did play a Kia seat in Free States.
Yes.
Yeah.
Josh, this hand is Ora, this one's Muda. Muda Ora.
Well, that means you gotta punch one fist at a, like, to do one. Yeah.
But then I use celerity and just do it twice as fast.
That's a good point. Do you want to use celerity?
Yeah, I use celerity, yeah.
How many?
I have 2 dots, so I'll use 2 dots.
Okay, that's going to cost you 2 blood points. And I think you're pretty low, right? Or no, you're fine.
I'm good, yeah.
You've got all the blood in the world.
Yeah, I got all the blood. I'm at 9.
I also enjoyed that character. Mythosaur was absolutely fun.
Ooh, you got 6 successes to hit.
Okay, so actually, doesn't your heavy arms specialty reduce the difficulty to 5?
I think I rolled at 5. Let me just make sure.
Okay.
I rolled at 6, but let's see. There's no 5s though, so it's all either way. It's still 6. Yeah.
I can't wait to start stealing powers for the Byrick. I think I'm actually only 1 or 2 generations removed from being able to do that now.
Byrick is fucking strong.
Are you gonna steal true celerity and just heal the world, though?
I'm gonna have to find a true first, which would be like a funny discovery if I just Diablo someone. Like,
I miss Bob too. I think we all miss Bob. I also hope he's doing well.
wink.
Did 5 damage after all that?
All right, 5 bashing to Malenkov. He's probably not going to do a whole lot, unfortunately. Let's see. So, he's going to roll to soak, which will be stamina 5.
Plus, he halves all bashing damage.
Well, all vampires do.
I know.
So I soak 2, which is 3, so Malenkov takes 1 bashing.
Basically what Yusuf said, Drex.
And let's see, his occult is... Does he not have occult? Oh, you know what? He might not have occult, because this is V5, and it's different.
Let's just assume he has no dots and everything he needs. I think that's fair.
Actually, you know what? He's actually built pretty shithouse for this, but he's going to use Shroud of Night.
This is why we don't do pregens.
All right, so just pure inky darkness erupts for about a good 10 feet. From Malenkov, probably catches the Black Snow Prince and Roxanne in it too. And with that, initiatives again.
Ooh, same one. 17. No, wait, not 17. 16.
I got a 10.
All right, Roxanne?
Just to be clear, celerity doesn't add to our initiative, right?
So celerity does unless you spend unless you're going to use it for actions. Then it does not.
Okay. No, I won't use it for that.
Okay. Got a 10 on the initiative.
10. Okay. Black Snow Prince, you're up first, but you're completely blinded.
Completely blinded. Oh boy. Obviously, I am activating Auspex hearing then.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm about to go full-blown blind swordsman on this man.
You can sort of hear these animalistic growls deep in the darkness, the scuffling and shifting of Roxanne's stony body as blows are traded with thin, empty air. And you can sort of get a vague idea of where Malenkov is.
If I could see, this would be way easier. What's the difficulty if I can guess his general direction to try to stake him with my katana?
Oh shit!
That's difficult.
I'm fine with a difficulty 10 if that's what it is.
Let's do it at a 10. If you can blind swordsman this,
I'm gonna blind swordsman this.
Can I? Is there? I forget. Is there a system to assist?
There is, but you'd have to be on your turn.
Oh well, shit.
But he withheld his old turn, the other turn. But
because I can make a return of the background of chess.
Okay, hang on. He convinced me. How is your dex melee?
Mine?
Yeah.
My dex melee is existent. 4.
Okay. Memory serves because I'm really digging through my knowledge of several systems in those dusty bin areas of the rules that we never use. I'm pretty sure if you are trained in the stat in V20, it knocks the difficulty down for somebody else by 2. So you're going to lower him down to an 8, but you have to explain to me how you're using your chess background to do this. And you know what? I'll knock it down to a 7 because chess.
Yes, now it's an overpowered background. True canon. Well, mostly more... Yeah, mostly giving tactical maneuvers based on the most efficient movement that both parties can be making.
I was going to say, Tom, if you explain it in squares, the Black Snow Prince will translate that to Fire Emblem and completely understand what you're saying.
Then fine. Orpheus will explain in squares that he should have moved to C8. So to take the piece, you must move to... Well, he's a knight, probably. Or a rook. Actually, probably a rook. And you're probably a bishop. So you should move to D12.
You want me to roll now, Chaz?
Yeah, absolutely. Now remember, you have to do at least 3 levels of, what do you call it? 3 levels of damage to get the staking. So, if you got it...
Not important right now, Yusuf. Malkavian.
Well, so far with just 10s, I got 3.
3 to... Okay, well, how did... Roll to hit.
Well, I'm not done rolling dice to hit.
Okay.
Eight successes.
All right. Roll damage. And did you roll your celerity dots in that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I had 15 dice to roll.
It's okay. I have a rule.
Yes.
I'm talking to Soul. I have a rule, and
cool.
I will let you get away with stupid bullshit if it amuses me. This amuses me. And also, I think it's funny that a random one-off background that he picked up in one of the original Chicago by Night scenarios from the Succubus Club is coming back into play in a modern Chicago by Night scenario. So it's alluding to my love of poetic symmetry. There's no way he's not getting away with this.
That is 6 damage with my katana.
Ooh, unfortunately, that's not quite enough. I rolled 4 soaks.
Damn it. So close.
So you plant it straight through the chest, and while you feel that supple resistance, you hear the animalistic growl as he is going to leap back on you. And he actually does have arms of the abyss, so he's going to do that.
Oh, I should have told you that he could counterattack. You should have brought a bow.
I should have been on a horse.
There's the fucker.
He's been in chat all day. The whole time. He could have been playing there.
So
He's one guy.
Lee went off to the red number 5, if you remember from a tip from Crook, and it's kind of a kerfuffle over there. So you're probably helping to keep that situation down. You're not obtenebration, you're necromancy. Which,
Way lamer.
actually, they're both oblivion now, but he can't do those things.
But we don't talk about that.
You know what? If I ever get the chance, I really do want to play a V5 La Sombra, because the new Oblivion actually has effects that weigh on like your humanity stains, and I really want to see how that works out mechanically. That could be really neat. Manipulation Occult, difficulty 7. 2 successes. Each success enables the creation of a single tentacle 6 feet long. I get to do it! I get to call this episode The Black Snow Prince versus the Tentacle Monster!
I thought that's what all the episodes were called.
I forgot about the stupid Christmas tree.
Adam says so many stupid things, it's hard to keep track of them.
We can't keep track of all of them. We literally would go insane if we did that.
Well, if you make a meme of everything, we'll find out. We'll find out how many stupid things I've said.
That's why it's so helpful that you guys help us keep track.
Yeah.
All right, so what happens is Black Snow Prince. You feel the darkness around you tighten, lace up your legs, up your arms, crushing your shoulders together, grabbing you by the neck. Roxanne, actually, I gotta roll damage, don't I?
Do I get to soak?
You do.
Ooh, just 1.
1. The good news is it is bashing damage, so it does halve. So you take 1 bashing. Roxanne, same to you, buddy.
You trying to hit me?
Are you gonna... Do you want to try and, like, abort your action to dodge this? I'll say as you feel the darkness sort of constricting, you can kind of leap out of the way.
The darkness.
I can take it. I have a lot of soak. Yeah.
Okay. In which case, that is going to be a grand total of 8 dice for damage.
Adam has learned he can do rock things. However, we're in a place where there is no rock.
Unfortunately, as it squeezes the giant rock man, it doesn't do appreciable pressure.
I mean, to be fair, metal is rock.
Just
Rock by another name.
All right.
rock stand.
Who got a higher score between Adam and Orpheus again?
I got 10. God damn it, Adam.
Tom goes first.
All right, Tom's first.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, does your assist count as a turn or no?
We'll say no. He can mostly do that by speaking.
Roxanne, but spoken by Christopher Walken.
All right, so Tom, you're probably the only one outside of the Veil of Blackness. The downside is everyone else is inside the Veil of Blackness.
So what you're telling me is I need to close the door and light the place on fire.
That is a Malkavian way to solve this.
Yeah, but I'm not... I don't play that kind of Malkavian. And I have a high humanity, thank you very much. I think I have the highest in the group.
I have a 6.
I have a 7.
Or 8. Oh, that's not humanity pass, but yeah.
So
I'm on
you're
the
not a real
Bushido.
person.
I'm on the Bushido Kahoda.
Well, shit.
Adam just needs 5 dots of Visceratica so he can just sink him to concrete too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I can do in this kind of situation. Funniest thing is I have 4 dots in Brawl.
Put 1 dot in Strength.
2. Yeah, I just straight up don't know what I can do here.
Do you want to delay then?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Sierra is going to try to use shadow play to sort of pull apart the darkness a little bit. And because she has much better stats than this than Malenkov does, she succeeds. However, you do see these tendrils of shadow laced around Black Snow Prince and Roxanne, sort of crushing them, holding them taut. And with that, another initiative roll, please.
15.
14. I swear to fucking God, Adam.
You have the Steam dice, Tom. You have to change timelines or whatever you do.
You gotta... I fucking hate you.
I got a fucking 9. It's, 9 plus 6.
That's 15, so, Adam.
I win.
God damn it.
Same as me. It's okay. I have a plus 7 to my die.
All right, Black Snow Prince, you're up first, and you're currently being constricted by these tentacles.
So is my sword still stuck in him?
If you want it to be.
Well, then I'm going to try to push harder and then kind of towards his heart.
Yeah, use like a rapier.
Or if it's easier for me to just pull it out and try to stab him again.
Probably better to pull it out and stab him again. Thanks to Sierra, you can actually see him this time.
Then I'm going to pull it out and stab him again.
All right, go for it. Now, this one is a difficulty 8 standard. It's a called shot.
Use Luna.
Finally, speaking a language I understand. How much can you buff a physical stat when you spend a blood pool point?
I believe it is 1 over your generational maximum in V20.
Okay. I'd like to spend a blood point to buff my strength.
Okay.
So does it just go up by 1?
Well, what's your strength right now?
2.
And what is your generation?
I am 13th.
Then yes, it goes up by 1.
Okay. Difficulty 8, right?
Yes.
5.
What are you talking about? Soul doesn't add any damage. You just heal.
7 to hit him.
7, that hits. Roll damage.
Oh, I see what you mean there.
I've actually had that idea before, Yusuf. I think that'd be pretty cool.
6. And with my 1 extra strength, that is 9 total.
9 total. Okay, so this is that super animu moment where all hope seems lost as you're being crushed and constricted, and then suddenly the darkness parts, and you can see his hideous animalistic face as he growls, fangs bared, about to bear down on you, and summoning your last reserves of Bushido and weebiness, you rip out the sword and plant it in straight one last time, and then it's silhouettes, but like black silhouettes with a white background, as it hangs for a moment as the sword just sticks straight into Malenkov, and the tentacles dissipate.
I got that as soon as I pointed out.
As he just hangs limply on the end of the Black Snow Prince's katana.
Are you going to Diablo-rize him?
I kind of want to, but somebody's supposed to take him back. But this is a point where I kind of lean close into his ear, and I'm like, "Know your place, Kerr." Can they still hear when they're staked?
You are 100% aware of your surroundings.
Ah, beautiful. Finally, somebody knows my greatness. As I kind of drop the katana down a little bit so he sinks to his knees, and I'm going to go ahead and drain the guy that's bleeding out of his arms.
Okay, so you're going to
I like the idea that you fucking... Like, and your like reflexes, you fucking pull it out and like sheath it and like, oh shit.
That'd be pretty funny.
All right, so you're going to drain him?
Oh, yeah.
Go for it. I'll say he's got like 8 blood points left.
Yay.
Uh,
Does anybody else need a bit of a snack then?
I absolutely do.
I'll leave him with the 3 points.
if you're going to kill him, you're going to roll humanity for it.
Well, I'm leaving him with 3 blood points.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Orpheus, are you going to like end this dude?
No. Orpheus is a shockingly nice person.
Also, this guy is bleeding profusely. You're bleeding him more. He's probably going to die anyway, unless you get him a medical attention quick. And I will point out the fact that you're currently at an illegal brothel.
No, well, I mean,
also have
I'm
a
treating
doctor.
the other guy. And I'm a doctor. And
So you-
I was going to drink from the other guy.
Oh, okay. Then I'm draining this man.
Okay, it's not a matter of evil, Xavier. Again, humanity is not a punishment. It is how comfortable is your character getting with killing somebody. As you become more and more callous to the idea, that's why you roll the humanity. Humanity is a gauge for your character. It's not like a fucking punishment.
So what do I need to roll now that I drain this man?
Conscience difficulty 8.
No.
Did you botch?
No.
Okay.
I got 2 4s.
Then you lose 1 point of humanity.
Well, at least I don't have to... Now I guess I don't have to waste my time trying to save him.
But you can use it for experiments, Tom?
But after I kind of like refreshingly pull myself off of the guy whose arms I cut off, I'm going to kind of point to the one that Orpheus is drinking out of. I'm going to say we need to put the blame on all of this on him.
You know what? I do like Yusuf's point, though. What is going through Black Snow Prince's mind as he fucking wastes this dude?
What goes through Black's...
Unworthy.
Obviously, a big part of it's probably animalistic hunger because I was down to 2 blood points.
How's it going, Commander Vulcan?
So probably once the immediate relief of hunger dies down, as I fully refill myself on this man, probably come back to my senses.
I'm sorry to hear that, Vulcan. We're here if you want to talk. Yeah, you're able to push down and push back the beast.
There's probably this sense of, this is getting easier. And it's not quite the same as I always felt it would be in my comics and my stories. It's a lot more banal. Is my skill set going to waste? I need a worthy opponent. Probably not the last bit. The last bit's a joke, but probably the whole, this is more banal killing people than I thought it would be. There's not like epic feeling of heroicness to it, nor like a grim, dark sense of depression, I'm a monster kind of feeling.
We never see BSP full anime eyes ever again. He is now forever half-lidded bedroom eyes of a samurai killer.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Then there's Humanity 1. He's got like the full shadow Yakuza eyes.
You got to be careful when you go to Yakuza. You get like you circle around and go like 10 humanity, and that's how you get Kiryu.
So if you guys want to go, maybe 20 more minutes, we can actually finish this. Or do you have
What time is it?
Quarter after.
If we can finish it in 15 minutes, that'll be perfectly fine.
Okay.
I'll go as low as 12. But then I'm going to have to consult with my friend who's an expert.
But yeah, I'm going to point out we probably need to pin this fiasco on the guy who's still alive, who was dominated. Because this is a pretty big masquerade breach happening here.
I mean, doesn't that fall to the prince's legislative powers?
It will, but I'm going to ask Sierra if she can replace this man's memories to make him think he killed everybody in this room.
Shouldn't be an issue. I rather like your direct approach.
Well, now that you're part of the Camarilla, we need to cover up messes like this one. It's best to blame it on somebody who was actually involved in it.
It will be done.
As I point to Roxanne, if he can pick up the staked Malikov and obfuscate him out of here. Well, actually, probably either you or Orpheus could probably do it.
Oh, we can probably do it better.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
We need to carry out a man with a katana sticking out of his chest out of here.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I can fix that. And I'll Shadow the Veil, right? That's what it's called?
Cloak the Gathering, I think is what you're looking
Cloak
for.
the Gathering.
So yeah, we're going to get Sierra to alter that man's memories, and then we're going to kind of obfuscate out of here.
Okay. All right, so in the interest of trying to get this done, I'm going to time warp us a little bit. Orpheus, how's your blood?
Well, how much did I get to drink?
How much do you want? Because there's still that one dominated guy that's just sitting there.
Yeah, that's the guy I was drinking.
Oh, okay. How much do you want?
How much is a non-lethal amount? Like 2 or 3?
2. 2 is non-lethal, 3 is iffier.
I should probably take 3. Just to be safe.
Okay. You take 3 from the guy while Sierra is busy dominating the other one. All right. Another night passes, so I'm going to ask everyone remove your blood point.
I'm okay.
I'm now up 1 at the very least.
Open wound is a flaw for a reason.
Oof. I don't think it's worth the points it gives.
You are contacted by Damien the following night. He tells you that he just missed Prince Jackson informing the rest of the city kindred about the blood hunt for Malenkov following the Lasombra's action at Red Number 5. With Jackson instructing members of all clans, minus the Thin Bloods, who the prince barely considers vampires, to assemble in the Laba Woods at 10 p.m. to decide Clan Lasombra's fate. He will instruct you to bring Malenkov with you, and informs you that the prince expects Sierra to be present at the meeting.
I like to imagine I have my backup katana on my hip now.
What is it called? The smaller one?
Wakazashi?
Yeah. He has the Wakazashi and the Tanto, I think.
No, Tonto was the guide for the Silver Rider, right?
I think you're thinking of Tonto.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I have the shorter sword and the dagger, as my katana is currently inside of this man.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm heading to the woods with the. I'm assuming we're sticking around with Sierra at our hotel, where I would be.
Sure. Not a problem. Once you get to the woods, it's actually fairly dense, and you're not going to be able to drive a vehicle very far into it, forcing you to continue on foot.
Roxanne, you can carry him.
Yep, I can carry. No under my arm?
Yeah, we'll just look like a creepy cult.
Yeah.
A creepy blood cult.
So to torture Makarov or Malikov, I was reciting him my haikus.
As you make your way through the Laba woods, a figure emerges from the trees in the distance. You recognize her, Josh. It's the woman from the club, Mel Davis, the one who pushed her way through. Behind her steps another figure, Genghis. Behind him, another one who you don't quite recognize, a younger kindred, fiery red hair, thick beard. A fourth person does not step from behind the trees because you killed her in Werewolf, you bastards.
I wasn't present during the whole incident. Thank you very much.
The pack gets the credit.
So Mel Davis looks you up and down. So this is it then. You're just going to hand him over to Prince Jackson.
Unless you want something? Yeah.
That's currently the plan, yes. I say, kind of putting a sly hint.
Wait, if that vampire is dead, then fucking Brendan should be the prince.
Yeah.
What's this causality horse shit?
Is it the vampire that we wishboned while she was asleep?
Yes. It would have been. But no, Mal Davis is different. You killed Anita Wainwright.
Yeah.
So Mal Davis says to you, I've got a better idea. Give him to us. There's no sense in wasting strong blood given to the prince when he doesn't even know what to do with it. Do you enjoy this? You like being lackeys of the Camarilla? Running around doing the prince's errands, his dirty work, framing somebody for murder? We all know it was this guy.
Dude's kind of fun.
You give him to us, formal membership in the Anarch movement, and positions of prominence once we kick these old dusty bastards out of here.
Well, it's a tempting offer. I was the one that put the katana through him, and if anyone were to drink his blood, it would be me. However, while you may disagree with some of my personality quirks, I am somewhat honor-bound by my word. And you seem to think as though, due to the existence of my place in a hierarchy, that I am a lackey. However, I find positions of power to be more fluid than simple ups and downs.
All right, I'll sweeten the pot. The Glory Pit, the place this guy just trashed, used to belong to one of us, Dickie Fulcher. He's not around anymore. You give him us, you get the Glory Pit as a haven and a business.
Ew.
I refuse to take something from Dorito the Hut. No. I do not deal with huts, unless I am one. A tempting offer, but perhaps something else can be worked out another time. Do not think our doors are so closed. Of course, I'm only speaking for myself.
Yeah. I didn't think Orpheus has been known to just kind of go where he do what he do. At this point, at least.
Is this the point where Orpheus is like, "What's the Camarilla?"
It's in the dictionary. I don't know what it is.
I mean, and hell, I'm friends with the prominent Anarch member. Is Critias Anarch now?
He's got Anarch leanings. He's not technically Anarch, but he's open-minded in that regard. Can I be Archbishop of El Paso instead? Or at least Baron?
I was gonna say Texas is definitely way too big to just have one prince. If anything, we'd probably have 3 princes. We'd probably have a prince of El Paso, prince of Juarez, and a prince of Las Cruces.
Juarez, my favorite Texas city.
You can be Archbishop of Juarez.
I don't think I'm qualified for the position. As you turn her down, Maldavis sneers, stepping again into the tree line. Yeah, well, that collar is real comfortable until they start tugging a little too hard. Believe me, I know. And with that, the 3 Anarchs will disappear. As you continue...
Did Angus mention my win in chess?
He looks a little... Yeah.
This isn't over, Orpheus. You're my mortal enemy.
It was once your friend, but now it is you.
It's the immortal enemy.
As you continue to the meeting place, a large lake reflects the light of several battery-driven torches circling Chicago's assembled kindred. Every clan is represented, although many vampires neglect to show due to potential for Inquisition scrutiny. As you arrive with Malenkov, Damien gestures to you. Strap him up, over there. And you see gestures to a chair balanced on a central pile of sticks and lumber. An eerie silence dominates the circle, with Jackson silently watching from the perimeter, observing Malenkov's limp frame. The circle of vampires creates a wall around the La Sombra, and all eyes glare at him and Prince Jackson with anticipation. Sierra moves to stand beside the prince, her expression unreadable. What do you do, Adam?
De-Alvarize him. Right in front of everyone. Power move.
Almost all of us could.
Prince. Nah.
Almost all of us could use that generation bump. But not this time. We're not a bunch of buttholes.
They're gonna go full power move. No.
We're unfortunately using him for the political play.
Yeah. I believe this belongs to you.
So you're gonna strap him to the chair?
Yeah.
Okay. Prince Jackson steps forward and places himself in the middle of the circle. Brothers and sisters, please accept my sincere apology for taking up another of your nights. I'm aware you're all busy, and I guarantee this trip to the woods will be worth it. Yesterday, my speech was interrupted by Alessandra with a very important message from her clan, a message that, potentially, will change our history. The Clan of Night, long-time enemies, wish to join our ranks. Of course, my first response was dismissive. However, he turns around to face Sierra. Sierra came up with a proposition I found very interesting and maybe even plausible. In fact, why don't our first-hand witnesses step forward and tell the city what Clan La Sombra offered? With that, he turns to you.
Oh boy, which one of us is going to speak here? Orpheus.
Well, it starts at night 4.
It started when I woke up.
I like to imagine Orpheus also has a Nintendo Switch in his lap pocket. Just kind of puts it away sometimes. I'll step up and be the harpy. I'd be like, Sierra has propositioned that should Clan Lasombra wish to prove their loyalty to the Camarilla, any member of Clan Lasombra who wishes to join simply has to bring one of their elders as a tribute, of which Sierra is the first.
I thought we were the first.
But you were the one that stabbed him.
As prince of this blessed city, I'm not going to make this decision single-handedly. I'm no tyrant, unlike our brothers and sisters in other cities. Instead, every individual present tonight, fledgling, elder, neonate, and ancilla, has a say, and it's very simple. Do we accept the Lasombra and the potential murder of hundreds of our kind? Or do we extend the olive branch and take advantage of new alliances? Whatever we decide will be consecrated with him. Jackson points to Malenkov, being burned. He's an example of what Clan Lasombra needs to purge from its ranks. The silence breaks into loud talking and shouting back and forth. Some kindred are still opposed to the idea of the Lasombra joining. Not only because they are Sabbat, but because the idea of mass murder of a clan makes younger kindred balk. Indeed, high humanity vampires also seek to object to the burning of Malenkov and attempt to deliver a quicker final death. Genghis and others speak loudly of the Anarch revolt anew, and when it will be their own elders' turns. Abraham de Sambel and the Tremere speak quietly to the Nosferatu present, and how the Lasombra proposition might work, and how the clan could bring several positives such as influence over the church to the table. The Gangrel dispute the costs of letting Sabbat into the domain, but the potential gain from learning about the sect's strategies. At which point, Jackson will turn to the Primogen. Clan Malkavian!
Nay.
Do you actually say that?
No.
Because the newly installed Malkavian Primogen leaps up fairly instantly and says, "No! Never!" His clanmates, the other Malkavians, look shocked and appalled. Clearly, he doesn't speak for the clan.
Orpheus does.
Very well, then. Clan Ventru. All eyes focus on a very large, very rotund, older-looking vampire as he raises a cigar in one hand. Yes, he says simply. Murmurs. Clan Bruja? Critias mulls it over in his head. Well, I'd like to see the Camarilla strengthened. But I'd also like to be diplomatic, so in the case of that, I'll say no and see where this goes. Again, murmurs, some laughter. Clan Toreador? Annabelle steps forward.
Bill.
Yes, and we also oppose the burning alive of one of our kind, no matter how monstrous he may be. Can't we just cut off his head? And with that, the other Toreadors seem to think this is funny as hell, falling over themselves to fawn over Annabelle's not a joke.
I pull out my fan and laugh behind it very haughtily. Like a humidary.
Clan Tremere. Nikolai, noticeably absent for several months, is not in attendance. Instead steps forward a rather middle-aged, maybe early 50s African-American gentleman, dressed much as you would imagine a stage musician to be. Very, very, nice bow tie, jacket, top hat. We vote no. This will bring nothing but chaos. Clan Gangrel. There's a young, maybe early 20s Hispanic woman that steps forward. Yes, Rosa speaks and then quietly stiffens. Clan Nosferatu. Khalid, or someone that looks like Khalid, steps up and in a slightly off Arabian accent says, We say yes, bearing in mind all that could be learned were they at our side. Banu Hakim, a Middle Eastern woman, simply says, no, and doesn't provide further detail. The Ministry, a man you might know as Marcel, dressed in traditional African garb, says, as a traditionally non-Camarilla clan, we do not feel we should be responsible for the deciding vote. Marcel speaks with a smile, but bows and defers to the other clans in attendance.
What a bitch.
At this point, Jackson turns to you. In a normal Camarilla city, such a filibuster would be decided by the prince, but, again, it's not my decision to make. So, I give the final vote to the coterie that had to deal with this motherfucker for the past several nights. The deciding vote goes to you three. What do you say?
We vote for ourselves.
Yeah, we want to be burned.
I hate this life. You've made me a monster.
You've made me numb to killing people.
Does Orpheus put his Nintendo Switch away, or does he keep playing it?
Well, he puts it away, but he still has the Joy-Cons in his hands. He's kind of playing by memory.
As for myself, I vote yes. There's too much to be learned and too much to be gained.
The coterie gets one vote, so you gotta.
Okay.
It's gotta be unanimous. You guys gotta talk it out.
Everybody huddle.
Well, no, we're in the dialogue wheel. They can't hear us.
Well, I'm voting for yes.
I think Orpheus would say no, just for the fact that it's a bit inhumane, as well as mass killing is generally not okay. Perhaps the killing of those who have proven to be, meanie bobinis.
About the Bushido will not let me kill the innocents. I guess even though they're not innocent, are they? I don't know.
And what does Lee want? Hang on a second, he's not here.
Are you still in the chat, Mr. Lee?
If you're in the chat, Xavier, you have every right to give your 2 cents on what Lee would want from this.
Just start screaming.
Like,
I was gonna say, Adam, it says not to kill the innocent, but that dude just straight up ate people.
we can kill him, but we can't kill all of their kind.
Yeah. So far, we're 2 for 2.
Well, I guess it comes down to the prince then.
No, you guys, it's up to the coterie.
I've already said my piece. I'm playing my Switch again.
I'll do it myself.
Fucking Thanos over here. Well, we did want to invite them in, but they want the proof. All right, Adam. I have to convince you here, Adam. To be fair, a lot of the ones that are going to get killed are going to be buttholes.
I mean, I'm okay with killing them. I would like an addendum to be made.
You have a fair shot before they're killed, and I agree.
I will approach the prince before speaking out loud then. On behalf of my coterie, we are almost entirely in favor of letting the Lasombra in. However, my coterie would like to know if there is some sort of vetting we could have on the Lasombra to know the ones that are being killed are proven enemies of the Camarilla.
And how would you propose to do this?
I don't know. I'm fine with killing them. It's my coterie.
You are the Harpy. political power rests in your hands.
My coterie votes yes, however, we're not okay with killing people. Not okay. We're okay with killing people, okay? We're not okay with random killing people. We'd like to see their humanity before they're killed.
Show us your humanity. No, your other humanity. Show me
your kill count? Yeah.
Prince Jackson sort of spreads his hands. Then I suppose that's up to every La Sombra that decides to pay the tithe.
The
With
coterie
that-
agrees.
What?
Our coterie agrees to letting the La Sombra in.
With that, an excited, terrifying rush runs through the veins of the kindred present as they realize they will now share their city with the La Sombra. Prince Jackson takes a few steps towards Malenkov. Jackson checks his bindings to ensure they're secure and removes the katana, handing it back to you, asking him to speak now, for it'll be the last time he will do so. Malenkov lifts his head and his gaze wanders over each kindred in a slow, calculated manner. Do you know what you have
Not
done?
as calculated as me.
Do you have just allowed a mass genocide of your own kind? Do you seriously think you will be safe? Have you learned nothing from previous revolts and wars with us? I don't give a shit if I die. What I care about is the future of the Sabbat and my clan fleeing from their problems to the enemy line. Fuck you! Fuck Tally! Fuck the Amisi Noctis and their ridiculous plans! I hope the shadows of guilt eat you from the inside for the rest of your miserable undead existences. Jackson gives Sierra the choice of how to end her clanmate. He has brought Lodin's broadsword. Lodin had a broadsword, apparently.
He doesn't deserve that.
And offers it should Sierra wish to take the merciful route.
I will also offer my katana.
I will offer syringes.
I'll offer my fist.
I'm not sure what they're supposed to do, but people are offering things.
I offer my fist. I just.
As a show of deference to the prince, she will take up Lodin's broadsword. She uncomfortably hefts the blade, placing the tip against Malenkov's collarbone. With a calculated swing, she parts his head from his shoulders, and his body drops, rapidly crumbling to ash in the chair. The prince lays a hand on Sierra's shoulder, takes the sword from her, and turns her to face the other kindred. He lowers his head to her left ear and whispers loud enough for most of the silent vampires to hear. Sierra, welcome to the Camarilla. And that is the sacrifice. So, you guys have just...
I get the title. Haha.
Makes sense.
All right. So, the Camarilla, or the La Sombra, are now members of the Camarilla, and it is by your choice. So, I guess if anybody wants to make a La Sombra character, it's on the table.
Was it not?
Huh?
Was it not originally?
La Sombra anti-tribu, but it was kind of a different deal, and you were more hunted. Now, it's, ironically, I think the Sabbat who are the anti-tribu.
You guys are the losers now.
All right, with that, I'm going to award 5 experience to everyone present. And you guys know how this works. Start voting. Nordicus, how's it going, Nordicus? We just finished. This was the scenario, The Sacrifice, from the brand new V20, or the brand new Chicago by Night, published by Onyx Path for Vampire 5th Edition. However, we've been playing for a long time. My group is just more comfortable with the old rules, so we ran it with V20 instead. So if you'd like to see the rest of the Chronicle, or what came before, we have a link to our YouTube down below where you can check out all of our other videos, and hopefully you enjoy them.
I vote for Tom for
Is everybody for himself?
playing the Nintendo Switch and for chess.
All right.
I will vote for Josh for being the face. And skewering that fucker.
Okay, 2 votes for Orpheus, 2 votes for Josh. Adam, which way is your vote going?
One for Tom's for doing 3D chess, one on 2D play.
3 votes for Tom, 2 votes for Lee, which I will absolutely count. Even though Xavier voted for himself. Voted for yourself.
Pretty dick
But how
move.
were your high Xavier? You turned to
Okay.
Adam.
Wait, hang on. Josh for the anime fight. For me, and he BF votes for Orpheus and the chess. Boyfriend votes for Orpheus. Okay. So, that's 4, 5 for Orpheus, 6 for chess. Oh, okay.
Yay, Jess gets an XP.
Orpheus is currently leading the vote by 1. Now, don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, we are taking votes from the comments. So, by all means, pick somebody, tell us why you vote for them, and if you got a week from the day this video posts, and if your vote wins, and they get an extra bonus XP.
You can even vote for yourselves if you really want to, but, we tend to frown upon.
In the meantime, as I said, there is our link to our YouTube down below. Check us out, no matter where you're watching us. Like, follow, subscribe if you like what you saw and you want to see more. Social media down below if you want to keep tabs on what we're streaming and when. And if you really, really like us, there's a Patreon that helps us get us new equipment and books and stuff. We appreciate just having you watch, however. Next week... next week is going to be Cyberpunk Red, as we talked about previously. The week after that, we'll be checking out Pugmire for Onyx Path.
Yay.
Hey.
If that sounded sarcastic, I'm generally excited. Genuinely. We specifically asked them if we could play it, if they would give us the rules.
And they totally gave us the rules. Because Onyx Path is cool as shit. I've heard some people have problems with them in the past, but they've never been anything but cool to us. You know what, Drax? We so thank your boyfriend and you. It is amazing having you guys here. And if we can give you just a little bit of the happiness that you give us by being here and sharing this with us, we'll call it even.
As long as things don't get weird.
Love you too, and Perfect Regicide. We love all of you guys that come and watch us. Again, we know it's hard to make time to watch streams sometimes. It's a pain in the ass for me. I'd love to watch streams. I don't have time. You guys being here means the world to us. We appreciate it. In which case, Tom gets the bonus. I think we are done here. We will see you next week for some Cyberpunk Red, and the week after that for Pugmire. And I will find some sanity amidst all of it.
Good night.
You haven't seen us play Maid yet, Drax.
We'll roll for cup size and age.
Good night, everybody.